You might have heard in the news recently that bees are becoming endangered. So far, 7 species of bees have been added to the endangered species list, but more are in decline. Bee colony numbers have been dropping rapidly across the US since 2006, and researchers are calling this sudden drop colony collapse disorder. Even though it's been over a decade since this problem was discovered, we still haven't solved it. Bees account for 80% of pollination on US crops, which is a $15 billion annual industry. If honeybees died out, we would be in huge trouble, as the crops that depend on bees for pollination would either die or have to be manually pollinated, which would make their prices skyrocket. Some people even say that the loss of honeybees could be the end of humanity. But what is causing their declines? In this video, we're going to go deeper into learning about why and what is going on. Why are bees in decline? Well, there's a number of reasons. First, there's been a loss of habitat, exposure to pesticides, pathogens, pollution, invasive species, and climate change. In this video, we're going to be focusing on the top 3. So first, there's been a loss of habitat as we convert more and more land for our use. Highly diverse fields are turned into monocrop plantations, leaving bees little to eat. Imagine if you went to the grocery store and all they sold was saltine crackers. You'd be deprived of a lot of nutrients, and that's exactly what's happening to the bees. If you look into a bee's immune system, it really needs energy to work properly. If there is a reduction in food, the immune system is weakened and cannot fight off as many pathogens, which can cause bees to get sick and die. Neonicotinoids are pesticides that are designed to interrupt the nervous systems of insects, which caused people to originally think that they were less environmentally damaging than other types of pesticides. And while they're good at killing crop-damaging insects, it also kills bugs that plants, and we, depend on. Neonicotinoids are typically applied to the seed, and are then present in all parts of the plant. When an insect eats or pollinates the plants, the neonicotinoids bind to the neurotransmitter receptors in insects and prevents it from closing. This causes the synapse to be constantly firing, leading to paralysis. Scientists have found that exposure to neonicotinoids reduces bee navigation and their ability to orient, thereby compromising their ability to forage efficiently and find their way home. Now, onto my last and favorite topic, pathogens. There are 2 pathogens that coincidentally work together to harm the bees. There's a mite that sucks their blood and weakens them, and a virus that the mite passes to them. Here is the mite responsible. Its name, Verodestructor mite. It crawls in with the developing baby bee and sucks its blood. And the mite remains on the victim even when the bee hatches as an adult. Not only does the mite weaken the bee, but to make matters worse, it also transmits a fatal, crippling virus called wing-deforming virus, and you can see how it got its name. It makes the bee's wings look like rolled-up tissue paper. Obviously, a bee can't survive more than a few days like this. And as if the bees weren't victim enough already, there's also a fungal pathogen. This is a fungal parasite, Nosema ceranae. It's a small unicellular parasite, and when it gets in the hive, it causes bee mortality. But why? Researchers Mayak and Nog in 2009 set up an experiment to test just that. They obtained healthy and infected bees and strapped them into this funny bee holder contraption, and recorded how much they ate. They found that the infected bees, represented by the solid line, ate way more than the non-infected bees, which is the dotted line. And although the infected bees ate more, they died much more frequently. The researchers concluded that the fungus impaired the bees' metabolism, making the infected bees want and need more energy to overcome the infection. In the wild, infected bees would be forced to collect food too often, and they wouldn't have enough energy to return. What is causing colony collapse disorder? Well, it's probably a combination of all of these stressors. With just one of these to face, the bees probably would be able to deal with it and recover. But since they're having to fight 7 wars all at once, they're probably going to need our help. One thing we should do is ban the use of neonicotinoids. We've known about their harmful effects on bees for 18 years and we still haven't banned them. The EU put in a ban in 2013, but the US is still lagging way behind. And this really should not be a partisan issue because we all like to eat. Another thing we can do is plant more flowers. Planting flowers allows bees to have more options for food, which can help boost their immune systems and give them the energy they need to fight the pathogens. And would make our communities look nicer. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and please share if you enjoyed.